Peter, next.
A cutting line.
A cutting plane line. How did you know it was a cutting plane line?
Me specifically.
What?
Me specifically.
Yeah, uses specifically. How come?
It's that double arrow.
Okay, it has a double arrow, it's a thick line, and it's actually cutting the part. Because notice a cutting plane, look up here, cutting plane line and viewing plane lines, they both have letters here. And notice this AA is shown below. So this is the sectional view. So this cutting plane line is as if you cut it and you're looking in this side. See how the arrows are going to the right? You're cutting it and viewing it this way, and this is what it looks like. If it was a viewing plane line, does somebody want to tell me what a viewing plane line would do? It's similar.
Would it just be on the side or outside of the
It
part?
would be outside the part, because you're not cutting the part, you're just viewing it from a different side. Griffin?
How about if they wrote down 2 words and they were cutting and line?
That's fine. Good. It should be cutting plane line, but cutting line's fine. Good, it's close enough. Okay, Dakota, the next one?
Center line.
Center line. And do you remember the abbreviation for center line? You know, it's a big C with an L through it. You'll see that on engineering drawings a lot. Abraham, next one.
Chain line?
Chain line. The one my husband didn't know. Okay, let's go from the bottom now. Roland, how about this one?
Yeah, that looks to me like a leader line.
Leader line.
I thought it was pointed like to the circle, but I guess that's not that.
Ah, this leader line here is pointing to the circle.
And so I was like, oh, it's a viewing line, because I thought I was talking about the circle.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's look a little bit more detail at that. So here's an arrow, right? Here's a diagonal line with a horizontal line. Whenever you have a diagonal with a horizontal, there's always going to be some kind of information here. And what do you think this information, do you know what this circle with a line through it means? Diameter, actually. A radius would be R, it means a diameter. So it's saying that this inner circle here has a diameter of 1.5, and it's in millimeters, okay? So, leader line, okay? So whenever you see a leader line, a diagonal line with a horizontal line, look at the text next to that horizontal line. Okay, where are we? Nan. How about this one? This one right here on my, sorry, I said Nan. Nana, sorry. I have a good friend named Nan, sorry about that. Nana. Yeah, sorry, I blew it both by. I'll give you another chance, I'll come around again. Because I got you distracted and I said your name wrong. Edwin, what's this one?
Either visible or object line.
Right, a visible or an object.
Joanne, what's the difference between those two?
They're the same, they're just synonyms.
Okay.
Synonyms. Nana, you want to do the next one?
Section.
Yes, excellent. Miles, what about this one?
Short break?
Right, short break line. And look at the examples online on the Canvas site that show the difference between short and long break lines. As you can imagine, a short break line is when you're only cutting a short part, and a long break line is when you're cutting a long piece. Nana. Let's give it to them, but it's wrong. So write short break next to it, but it's okay. They got break. Okay.
This break line.
Same thing. Write short break.
What about broken line?
Let's not give them broken. Let's say no for that one. Okay.
It just says break line.
Say sure, but then write short break.
All right.
No, there's a distinction between short and long break. Edwin?
He said breaker line.
Breaker line?
Yeah.
Sure, let's give it. Okay. Robert, I think you're next. Miles, I just did you, right? Yeah.
That's a hidden line.
Hidden line. Okay, do you feel comfortable with all the line types? Maybe the short and long break line are ones that you still have to get comfortable with. And we have 2 guests today. who are gonna have introduce themselves. They're trying to decide whether to take the class or not, or whether to take an AutoCAD class, so could you,
Hi, my name's Anna.
Anna?
Nice to meet you all.
And it's AutoCAD that you're interested in learning, right?
My name's Marcus. I'm already an engineer. I'm just trying to do refamiliarization with a bunch of stuff that I've forgotten over the years.
Which field of engineering are you working in?
I have a degree in electronic engineering and computer engineering.
Okay. Are you working now, retired?
Yes, I am.
You are working, where are you working?
Currently I work for a company called Sale Internet. I just left HP after
Okay,
a decade.
well, thanks. Barbara's an electrical engineer, I think Barbara's the only electrical engineer in this class, because this class is required for civil, mechanical, aero, industrial, but not computer engineers, not electrical engineers, and not software engineers. But maybe Barbara could talk to you a little bit after, during the break. Okay, so everybody's good with this, right? Okay, let's now go to the other. So some of you are comfortable with this kind of stuff and some of you are just learning it. You have to, in a way, take a three-dimensional object in your hand and really you're just viewing it from one side. So what do you see only from that one side? It's kind of hard. It's like putting blinders on yourself because you see the whole part. I noticed looking through the homeworks you just turned in, that some people had difficulty with this one. So I'm going to look at that in a little bit. But it's kind of hard when you're looking at this and saying, okay, this is round, but from this side, I'm not really seeing any round element at all. So you have to put blinders on. You have to look at just what you're seeing from that side. So here's our three-dimensional object. When we're looking from this side, we see like an upside down T. We see a space here. When we're looking here, we see an upside down T. I see a space here. And what I see is I see two vertical pieces here. Even though they're inclined from the side, they look like they're vertical. It's not until I go to the side that I see that they're diagonal. So where are we? Donovan, which one did you say?
B.
B. Okay, so if you take a look up here, when I'm looking at this side, I see an upside down T. I see a space here. Here's my upside down T. Here's my space, and then I see two vertical surfaces. It doesn't look from this side that it's actually slanted. It's not until you see it from the right side that you see it slanted. Okay, let's look at number 2. Daniel? So from the top, I see these two rectangles here. I see a larger rectangle here. And then I see a surface, and I know that it's diagonal when I look at the 3D object, but coming down, it looks like it's flat to me. So which one is it?
It's D.
Say it again?
D.
D, let's see, yep, D. Because when I'm looking down on it, this line is at the edge. So it's right here, there's no extra piece of material here. Okay. Let's look at number 3. Arian, number 3. So again, it's an isometric view. I'm looking at it from the left side, or the front rather, sorry, the front. And I see a rectangle here. This, even though it's slanted, it looks vertical to me. But then notice that this slants down, right? So this right here, this height, does everybody agree that this height is smaller than this height right here? So there's this edge back there that I can't see. So I have to have this. This can't be, because it's got to be a hidden line if it's in the back. So which one is it?
C.
C. Okay, number 4. So we're looking at a three-dimensional object again. We're looking down, we're looking at the top. So I see this backwards L. So each one of these has to have an L. But notice this protrudes out. So again, this surface, even though it's inclined, it's actually sticking out and it looks like a vertical. So I'm going to have an L. I'm going to have a little piece here. So I know this one's wrong. And then this, again, even though it's slanted, it looks like it's just horizontal. Gustavo?
Was it B?
Yes. Okay, let's look at the next one. So Ben, you're on. So we're looking at 5. I'm looking down horizontally. I see these two here. I see again, even though it's inclined, it's just gonna be a plane. So this one can't be, because I'm gonna see this edge. This one can't be it. It's gotta be one of these two. And then underneath, there's this edge that I can't see, so it's gonna be governed by a hidden line. What's the difference? I have to put my glasses on to see the difference between these. Oh, okay, I see. This is a visible line and this is a hidden line. Ben, which one is it? A. Okay, what I want you to do now is in your group, figure out what the answers are to 6 through 10. If you have 4 people in a group, just work with the person next to you, but if you have 3, then probably all 3 of you come together.
So 6 was like the weirdest one. Because all the answers were like, but the one I went with was 6. I don't know why.
I think it's B because it's pointing from all the way to the end of the part.
Yeah, that's
I think it's B.
yeah, but you know, there's like this slant.
But yeah.
The slant, and then like you want to see stuff. See how in the image, it's just straight.
Yeah.
On the big,
9.
goes down and out.
Oh yeah, okay. I got beat.
The only one that's yeah, so, and like C looks like it's too extreme.
But it's too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see the difference. I guess.
But I guess since there is any at all,
It must be C.
These are more like estimates rather than exact.
it just looks like
I think it's C then.
What did I ask you?
I didn't notice that before.
I said
No, I put.
What about 8? That was kind of tricky for me. I said it was.
Oh, wait,
Because it's like, I top view, top view.
It's a front view.
Yeah.
wait, you said
Like a horizontal, and then basically, because of that, we know that these like little L-shaped slides. Because we see that, we're also going to see it on the side of
Have you already over 8?
8, yeah. That's what we're doing right now. 8.
I was working on 9.
Oh, no.
Oh, 8, yeah, that's pretty good.
I said A.
I said
You shouldn't charge you $39 for your seats.
it was really weird because like I don't like the
No, it's not that. So what
I just think it,
there is something wrong.
because and then even visualize I just don't get why there's a lot of like I'm getting up to here.
Which one for 8?
Yeah, I just think it's all the because even this will be like
Well, they're signifying this.
Okay, let's go through the
You know
rest.
that behind that part
So
is.
Ben, you went on
But you think they just leave it
Bethel,
out.
number 6.
Yeah.
So what do we
Okay. Okay. 6 is what? C? Everybody agree? Okay, how about 7? D? How about 8? I'm sorry, again?
Oh, okay.
B? A? Okay, let's take a look. So we're looking at C. We're looking at 8. And I'm coming in from this side, so I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna see an L, 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 L. This is wrong, because there's no material missing. See, whenever there's material here, you look here and there's material here. So it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna be like that.
it's from the top.
Oh, so you know what it is? I know what the difference between the two is. Let me get my rolling roller. So remember when I was over here and I showed when you do an isometric or an oblique, there's 3 parallel lines, right? 3 vertical, 3 horizontal, 3 like this. It's the same kind of thing. and I'm able to use a rolling ruler, which I'll talk to you about material today. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up this parallel right here. Oh, you can't see me. Setting this up parallel, and I'm drawing this line right here. See, and they don't, so that means down here, this edge is beyond. Do you see what I'm saying? That this, you're looking at, what you're doing is you guys were looking at this edge and this edge, right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out whether they line up or not. Well, the bottom of this line ends up here, and the top of it's here. So if they lined up, it would be here. So this is, they're at different points. So this is, so this is gonna be in, it's gotta be A. Does everybody see that? Use this is cool, and I have them for you, we'll talk about material in a little bit. Okay, how about 9?
B.
I heard E, but I don't think anybody said E, so.
B.
B? Everybody agree? B? Okay, how about 10? C? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got this 8, right? You're okay with 8 now? You can use your parallel rule and figure that out. Okay, so every right answer was a half a point. So somebody could actually get, because there's 11 on here and there's 10 on here, somebody could get more than a 10. So, if you want, just add up all the correct ones, multiply by a half.
Which one was 7? What was number 7?
Number 7 is D.
Oh, yeah.
6 is B? 7 is B? 6 is C. Yeah. So every answer is all square.
Every correct answer is a half a point. So if everybody got full credit, they're really gonna get an 11 out of 10. No, 10 and a half out of 10. 10 and a half out of 10 would be the high score. If they got everything right, it's 10 and a half out of 10. Yeah, no, just, make sure the names are on both, and you'll forward them up to me so I can grade them. I mean, so I can report the grades. Just pass them up.
Oh, so that did not.